The unfair world. I'm an old man now. I have seen many things in my life, some good but worst. Life is not fair. I think about this every day. When I was young, I had to work hard. I had no choice. There were days I did not eat. But now I see children who live in big, nice houses. They do not know how hard life can be. It makes me sad. I see one child who works every day. He's only 7 or 8. He works for hours, carrying heavy things. He has no time to play. His parents are poor, so he works. But there is another child. She is the same age, but her life is different. She wakes up in a warm house. She has breakfast in a big kitchen. She wears nice clothes. She has everything. But the other child, he has nothing. This is not fair. I think about the child who works. He is tired. He never gets to smile. But the other child, she never knows what it is like to be hungry. She has never felt the pain of working all day. I wonder why some children have so much and others have so little. Life is not kind. Sometimes I sit and wonder, why are some born lucky and others born unlucky? I think about the boy working. He deserves more. He deserves a chance to smile, to play, to be happy. But life is hard for him, and it will be hard for him all his life. The world is full of unfairness. It is not right. People are born into different lives. Some are rich and others are poor. Some have families that care for them, and others have no one. This is not fair. Why can't we all be equal? Why can't we all have the same chance? I know the world is cruel. I have seen it. I have felt it, but I will keep asking why it is like this. Why can't everyone be happy? I remember a boy I met once. He was young, maybe 10 years old. His clothes were torn. His shoes were broken, but his eyes were full of hope. He worked at a small shop in the street. He sold newspapers, but he never smiled. Every day I saw him. Every day I saw how tired he was, but he worked. He worked because his family had no money. One day I asked him why he worked so hard. He looked at me, and his eyes were full of sadness. I need to help my family, he said softly. My father is sick, and my mother cannot work. He did not cry, but I could see his pain. He was just a boy, a child. He should be playing, not working. But the world does not care about children like him. Across the street, there was a large house. A rich family lived there. The children of that family went to school. They played outside in the yard. They never worked. They never knew what it was like to be hungry. They had everything. And this boy, this poor boy, worked every day for them. This is how the world works. It is not fair. I tried to talk to the boy. I asked him if he was happy. He shook his head. I cannot be happy. He said I must work to help my family. I felt so sad for him. He deserved more. He deserved a life without worry, without pain, but he did not have that. I looked at the boy and I thought of my own life. I thought of my struggles, my hard days, and I thought of the rich children. They did not know pain. They did not know what it was like to be poor. They lived in a world of comfort, but the boy, the poor boy, knew a different world, a world of work and pain. I wanted to help him. I wanted to tell him that life could be better. But I knew the truth. Life does not change. It does not care about your dreams or your hopes. It just is. And some are born with everything and others with nothing. This is the truth. This is the world we live in. I still think about that boy. I wonder if he is okay. I wonder if his family is better now. But I know that things have not changed. The world is still the same. It is still unfair. I remember another story, a story about a girl. She was young, like the boy, but her life was different. She lived in a big house with a beautiful garden. She wore clean clothes, and her shoes were always new. She went to school every day. She had everything, but she did not know what it was like to suffer. She did not know what it was like to be hungry or tired. One day, I saw her playing in the garden. She was happy. She laughed and ran around. She had no worries. Her parents were rich. They did not have to work hard. They lived in a world of comfort while the boy worked every day to survive. The girl lived her life without a care while the boy worked just to eat. I watched the girl and felt angry. How could she be so happy when others, like the boy, were suffering? Why was she lucky? Why did she have everything? I could not understand. Life was not fair. It was not right. The girl was born into a world of comfort, while the boy was born into a world of struggle. I wanted to tell the girl what I saw. I wanted her to know that not everyone lived like she did. I wanted her to understand the pain of others. But she never knew. She never asked. She never cared. She lived in her own world, a world where everything was perfect. The world is like that. Some people are born with everything, while others are born with nothing. Some people never have to worry, while others worry every day. Some people live in happiness, while others live in pain. It is not fair, but it is the way the world works. I still think about the girl. I wonder if she ever learned the truth. I wonder if she ever understood the struggles of others. But I know she probably did not. The world does not teach us to care about others. It teaches us to care about ourselves. And that is the problem. I wish the world was different. I wish there was no pain, no hunger, no suffering. I wish that everyone could live in happiness. But I know it's not possible. The world is unfair, and it always will be. One day I saw something that made me think even more about the world. I saw the boy again. He was working hard, carrying heavy things. His clothes were dirty, and his face was tired. He was only a child, but he had the body of a man. He had to work all day just to survive. His small hands were covered in cuts, and his back was bent with the weight. I watched him for a while. He never stopped. He never complained. He just worked, and I wondered, how could he keep going? How could he live like this every day? He was just a child, but he had to live in a world of pain. As I watched, I thought about the girl. I thought about how she never had to work like this. I thought about how easy her life was compared to the boy's. She lived in a beautiful house with everything she could ever want. She had love, comfort, and safety. The boy had nothing. He had no love, no comfort, and no safety. His world was a world of work, of pain, and of struggle. The world does not care about the boy. It does not care about the children who are forced to work. It only cares about the rich, the lucky, and the strong. It does not care about those who suffer. It does not care about the ones who are forgotten. I think about the boy and wonder what his future will be. Will he ever have a chance to rest? Will he ever have a chance to be a child again? Or will he always be trapped in this life, working for survival, never knowing the joy of childhood? The world is unfair, and the boy will never know a life of ease. He will always struggle, always work, and always fight for a chance to survive. And that is the reality for many people. It is a sad truth, but it is the truth of the world. The boy's life will never be like the girl's life. He will never have the same comfort or happiness, and that is what breaks my heart. The world is so unfair. I sit alone at night thinking about the boy. I think about all the children like him who never get a chance to dream. They wake up early every day and they work until their bodies can't take it anymore. They have no time to play, to laugh, or to be children. Their days are filled with work and worry while the world just keeps turning. I think about the girl too. She wakes up in a big bed surrounded by comfort. She doesn't know what it's like to struggle. She doesn't know what it's like to wake up hungry or to worry if there will be food to eat. She doesn't know what it's like to live in fear. The boy's life is so different from hers. He wakes up to a world of pain, a world of work. He doesn't have the luxury of time or comfort. He has to work every day just to survive. And when he is done, he is too tired to do anything else. I wonder if anyone ever stops to think about the boy. Does anyone care that he is suffering? Does anyone care that his life is full of hardship? Or does the world just ignore him as it ignores so many others? The boy has no choice. He can't change his life. He can't change the way the world works. He can only live day by day, hoping that one day things might get better. But deep down, I know that things may never change for him. The world is a place where some people live in comfort while others suffer. It's not fair. It's not right. But it's the truth, and it's a truth that makes me sad every day. The boy's story is not just his story. It is the story of many people around the world. It is the story of the poor, the forgotten, and the ones who are left behind. And it is a story that will continue as long as the world remains the same. I can't stop thinking about the unfairness of it all. Why does the world have to be this way? Why does one child have to live a life full of hardship while another has everything they could ever need? It doesn't make sense to me. I think about the boy, and I think about how hard his life must be. He doesn't get to enjoy the simple things in life. He doesn't get to go to school or play with his friends. He doesn't have a future full of hope. His future is already decided for him. It is a future filled with hard work, pain, and struggle. And yet, there are people who live in luxury with no care in the world. They don't know what it's like to go without food, to live in fear, to worry about tomorrow. They take everything for granted, not realizing how lucky they are. They live their lives without thinking about the boy or the many others like him. I wonder if the world will ever change. Will there ever be a time when all children can live the life they deserve? A life filled with love, laughter, and happiness? Or will we continue to live in a world where some are born into comfort while others are born into suffering? I hope for a better world, a world where no child has to work just to survive. I hope that one day we will all realize the importance of fairness and justice. But until then, all I can do is think about the boy and the life he leads, a life that is so different from my own. I feel helpless. I want to do something for him, for all the children like him, but I don't know where to start. Maybe all we can do is keep talking, keep telling the story of the boy and the unfair world he lives in. The world may not change today or tomorrow, but maybe, just maybe, if enough people care, we can make a difference. This is the truth, and it is the truth I will carry with me always. The world is unfair, but we can make it better. I hope this session was helpful. Subscribe our channel for more interested videos. Take care, everyone.